Welcome to Thoroughbred Action from Gulfstream Park West. I'm Ron Nicoletti. I want to wish everyone out there a very happy Thanksgiving. 8 races on tap. Let's check out those track and weather conditions. The main track fast, the turf course is firm. The first race, a 5-furlong turf event, claimers 3-year-olds and upwards. Scratch the 3, the 10, the 12, and the number 13. The off-time favorite, number 1, Yay You.
And the race is on. Yeah, you came away a step slow. Good start for Texas Rustler from the outside. Henny Hefner right there, part of the early mix, and Yehu recovering after that slow beginning. And here's Yehu all the way up to challenge for the early advantage. Pioneer Pete is right there in that early firing line, as is Tomato Gator, as 5 of them stack up on the front end. They're 3.5 clear of More Mia. Pioneer Pete backs off that battle up front, now settles back in the 6th position. 2 more lengths then back to If You Build It. Then comes Cowtown Jane, and Harden is at the back of affairs, already about 12 lengths off the leader up front, who is Yehu. Yehu takes him to the quarter pole in front by 2. Henny Hefner, Tomato Gator, those two battling out second and third. They're a length in front then of Texas Rustler, who stays down toward the inside in the 4th spot. Trying to get going from the back is More Mia. The end of the stretch though, and Yehu in command. Paco Lopez and Yehu coming to the furlong pole, clear by 2. Texas Rustler pushed along, trying to come through down toward the inside. More Mia, If You Build It, trying to wind up from the back of affairs with a 16th left to go. Yehu has company. Here's Texas Rustler up on the outside, down toward the inside. More Mia. These ones coming to the wire, and it's Yehu and More Mia in a photo. Looked like Yehu might have held on, but it was close. More Mia was right there. Texas Rustler back in 3rd.
The favorite, number 1, Yehu, wins it at 8-5, pays $5.40, owned by Robert Donaldson, trained by Jorge Navarro, and ridden to victory today by Paco Lopez. The second race, a 1-mile event. Claimers on the fast main track. Fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and up. 7 runners in the field. The off-time favorite, number 7, Optimistic Shot.
And the race is on. Good start for Miss Casuarina in the center, who goes out for the early lead. Kitty and Hill showing good speed down toward the inside. La Pulga coming up. Optimistic Shot trying to get over, but Optimistic Shot's going to be cast out about 5 wide as they go into that first turn. It's Miss Casuarina to lead them. Kitty and Hill moves up to the outside, now takes over that 2nd spot. It's another half length then back to La Pulga, who's in 3rd. Appealing Lalibella's out in the 4th spot. Then comes Michelle's Laugh, who rides the hedge in the 5th position. Break of a length and a half more back to Optimistic Shot. And long shot Ryamar at the back of affairs, about 10 lengths front to back. 5.5 furlongs left to go in their journey. And up on the front end, it's Miss Casuarina and Abby Medina who lead them. Miss Casuarina going past the 5/8 marker, clear by almost 2. To Kitty and Hill, who races in the 2nd spot. Break of 2 more then. Here's a move now coming from Michelle's Laugh, who's up to a joint 3rd along with La Pulga. They're 2.5 in front then of Optimistic Shot. It's 3 more then back to Ryamar. And also pitching away in that middle pack is Appealing Lalibella. They take their run toward the far turn, and Miss Casuarina leads it, but now it's only a half length in front. Kitty and Hill getting closer up on the outside. Michelle's Laugh and Appealing Lalibella. They're together 3rd and 4th, just 2 lengths off the duo up front. Optimistic Shot is pushed along, is 5th right now, and still about 4 off the lead. 3 more back to Ryamar, and La Pulga drops out last. As they come to the top of the stretch, there's a new leader. Kitty and Hill takes command. It's Kitty and Hill to the top of the stretch. Appealing Lalibella. Optimistic Shot trying to rally up on the far outside. Still has 2.5 or 3 lengths to find as Kitty and Hill cuts the corner nicely and takes the lead into the stretch. Kitty and Hill clear by 3.5. Optimistic Shot. Ryamar is rolling down the track at a big price. Final 16th to go. It's Kitty and Hill and Ray Ganpath to the 16th pole. Optimistic Shot, Ryamar down the far outside, but Kitty and Hill is clear with 50 yards left to go, and Kitty and Hill going to win this one by 3 in the end. Optimistic Shot was 2nd. 3rd looked like Appealing Lalibella over Michelle's Laugh.
Number 2, Kitty and Hill, stalks the pace and draws off to win impressively, pays $9.20, owned by Span Investments, and Camille Crichton, trained by Leon Minot and ridden to victory today by Ray Gampat. The horse gets its 3rd consecutive victory. We're taking a short break. When we come back, we'll have race number 3 on a beautiful Thanksgiving afternoon.
One of the world's most anticipated thoroughbred racing events of the year returns. The 3rd annual Pegasus World Cup Invitational at Gulfstream Park in South Florida. Drawing competition from around the world with a $16 million purse split between 2 Grade 1 races. On the dirt and on the turf. Experience the incredible fashion, spectacular world-class service and entertainment, and the unrivaled adrenaline of the Pegasus World Cup Invitational. Saturday, January 26th at Gulfstream Park. Get your tickets now at PegasusWorldCup.com.
Welcome back. Third race, a mile and the 16th on the turf. These are claimers 3-year-olds and upward, which have never won 2 races, or 3-year-olds. Scratch both main track onlys, number 12, 1, and Bina, number 13, Vincero.
And the race is on. A little bit of bumping out there toward the outside between the man behind the man and also Naughty Boy, but it is the man behind the man who's coming up after the lead. Naughty Boy away in good order. Remember, the main is right there, as is Congruity and Hustle and Heart tugging as well. As they come by the wire the first time, the man behind the man from that outside draw all the way over to the rail, now challenged by Congruity, and Congruity going to go on with it. Misial Jaramillo yields that lead with the man behind the man, going to sit back in second. Hustle and Heart was away in the third spot. Naughty Boy right to that one's outside in fourth. They're a length and a half ahead then of Remember the Main, who's out in the fifth spot. Then we come back to the gray Silver Beach, who's racing in sixth. Inside of that one comes Burning Daylight in the seventh spot. Then comes Art of the Dream. It's a space of 2 more. Back to Bastoletto and Affluential, and another 5. Back to Something Bird, who trails. Relatively bunched up front, though, as up the back stretch, it's Congruity who leads it by a half a length. The man behind the man looms just in behind that one in the second spot. It's another length and a half more back to Hustle and Heart in third. Naughty Boy continues to travel pretty well as fourth, about 4 off the lead, with 3.5 furlongs remaining. Then we come back to Remember the Main. Silver Beach tries to get involved. Also trying to run on from the back is Affluential. Burning Daylight has some horse. Bastoletta's still got to make up about 8 or 9 as they run toward that far turn. And up on the front end, it's Congruity who still leads it, now confronted by the man behind the man. And the man behind the man makes his move now. Here's the man behind the man up to go to the front. Congruity back to second. Naughty Boy tries to wind up from the third spot. A length and a half more back to Hustle and Heart. Bastoletto still a lot of work to do. In fact, is being fanned out 6 or 7 wide as they come into the stretch. The man behind the man. Congruity battles on. Hustle and Heart right there. Naughty Boy. Affluential continues to roll down the center of the course. Final 16th to go. The man behind the man makes the lead. Hustle and Heart on the outside, going to try to make him earn it. It's the man behind the man. Here's Hustle and Heart on the outside at a price. Hustle and Heart to win it. The man behind the man was second. Third looked like Something Bird getting up over Congruity.
Number 6, Hustle and Heart, a perfectly timed ride by jockey Leonel Reyes, upsets the field and pays $31.80, owned by John Grassi's Racing Corporation and trained to victory by Marcus Vitale. We're back on the main track for race number 4 today. Claimers 3-year-olds and upward, 8 runners in the field with no scratches or jockey changes to report.
And the race is on. Mass Approval hopped at the start. Il Ferone got away in good order. Tis from Boston. The favorite is right there and going to the beach right up there between those two as those 3 line up on the front end. High Dandy trying to get over from the 4th, but is going to be about 4 wide as Miago cut the corner nicely back in 5th. Then we come back to Summer Spice, 3 deep here for Brandt. And at the back of affairs early after that hop at the start, Mass Approval is the trailer as the 8 of them covered by about 9 lengths as they head toward the 6 furlong marker. And it's going to the beach, who wanted the lead. Hector Barrios wanted it and he got it. And going to the beach leads them on to the back stretch in front by almost 3. Tis from Boston, the favorite, ambles along in that second spot there. A length and a half clear of Il Ferone between horses Miago and a 3 deep High Dandy. Those 3 line up 3rd through 5th. They're a length and a half in front then of Summer Spice, who starts to move down along the inside. Then comes Brandt, and it's still 4 more back to Mass Approval, who trails. Half mile left to go in their journey, and up on the front end, it's Going to the Beach, who leads them to the far turn. Going to the Beach still clear by 2.5. Tis Boston giving a little bit cue to get closer from that second spot. It's 2 more back to Il Ferone, who starts to come into the race a little bit from 3rd. Summer Spice continues along. Sustained Bid is up to 4th now. Passes Miago and High Dandy. Then comes Brandt, and still nothing yet from Mass Approval at the back. They come to the quarter pole. Going to the Beach has made every yard thus far. Tis from Boston turning up the pressure now and dials it to within a half a length. They're 2.5 or 3 ahead of Il Ferone from 3rd. The others still got some work to do. Going to the Beach, here's Tis from Boston up alongside, and Tis from Boston goes right to the front. Going to the Beach back to the second spot. Summer Spice continues along. Sustained Bid. Il Ferone down the center of the track, but with a final 16th to go, it's Tis from Boston in front. Il Ferone up to the second spot. Summer Spice goes to the outside. Tis from Boston is clear though, and Tis from Boston and Misial Jaramillo going to go on to win it here by almost 3 in the end. Il Ferone was second. Summer Spice 3rd. Going to the Beach finished 4th.
The favorite, number 4, Tis from Boston, wins it and pays $4.40, owned by Marco Ganazzi, trained by Victor Barbosa Jr., and ridden to victory today by Misial Jaramillo. We're taking a break. When we come back, we're on the turf for race number 5.
And Go Zipper is pulling away. with an eye-opening performance.
Awesome again has won!
Go Separate kicking clear. Judy the Beauty.
Welcome back for our fifth race of the afternoon, a 5-furlong turf event, an allowance optional claimer. Fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and up. Scratch the 12, scratch the number 13.
And the race is on. Lady Greatness out wide, got away in very good order. Down toward the inside, Cordell coming through, showing speed. Also, La Quebrada right there in the early mix, and down along the inside, Dealer's Girl might be fastest of all. And Dealer's Girl up to assume command. La Quebrada on the second spot. Lady Greatness now back to third with Cordell along the inside in the fourth spot. They're 2.5 lengths clear then of Ultima D, who races alone in the sixth position. It's another break of 2.5 back to First Appeal. After that comes Bright Venezuelan. It's a gap of 2 more after that to La Pantalones Fanse. Then comes Katoria, and at the back of affairs is Wanda Girl. Winding around the far turn and up on the front end, it continues to be Dealer's Girl. La Quebrada just a length back. Lady Greatness going to be cast out 3 wide. Cordell tries to rally up. Ultima D also starting to make a bit of an impression. Bright Venezuelan tries to get going as well. Final furlong time now, though, and the 2 inside runners have it. Dealer's Girl and Cordell. These 2 coming to the 16th pole. First Appeal now comes onto the scene from the 3rd spot. Final 16th to go. Cordell hits the front. Here's First Appeal. Bright Venezuelan flashing with Ultima D. It's still Cordell in front, though, and Cordell to win it. First Appeal was second. Photo for third there between Ultima D, Bright Venezuelan, and Dealer's Girl.
Number 2, Cordell closes. What a nice ride by jockey Roberto Alvarado Jr. Lights up the board, pays $17.60, owned by Drawing Away Stable, trained by Tammy Levy. The 6th race is 7-furlong sprint. These are claimers 3-year-olds and upward. 7 going to the post. The favorite, number 5, discreetly placed.
And the race is on. Good start in the center for King Power, who shows good speed. Red Hot Randy from the outside away in good order. Between them, discreetly placed is away in the 3rd spot. Oh My Warrior comes through to be 4th. Then we come back to R. Sarge. King Wildcat with 1 beat early on. And that's the Wayne Factor who trails. Just over 5 furlongs left in their journey, and up on the front end, Red Hot Randy and King Power. And these 2 go at it through the opening quarter mile. They're a length and a half in advance of Oh My Warrior, and discreetly placed 2 race in tandem, 3rd and 4th. Set a break of 2 more back to R. Sarge, who's all alone in the 5th spot, only about 3 lengths behind the embattled duo up front. It's 5 more then back to King Wildcat, and at the back of affairs is the Wayne Factor. They head toward the far turn, and up on the front end, it's Red Hot Randy on the outside, who forges to a narrow advantage. Moving up on the far outside, discreetly placed now comes after that rival, and these 2 come past the 5/16 pole, and they have a battle on their hands. Starting to wind up, R. Sarge is just in behind. Also, King Speed is right there, and Oh My Warrior not without a chance. They come to the top of the stretch, discreetly placed, battling with Red Hot Randy. On the outside, R. Sarge looms up into 3rd. Oh My Warrior is in the 4th spot, trying to rally up his King Power. But a final furlong left to go, discreetly placed up alongside of Red Hot Randy. Discreetly placed goes to the front. Red Hot Randy back to 2nd. 3 or 4 more back to R. Sarge. But it's going to be discreetly placed here to win it. Discreetly placed by a length and a half. Red Hot Randy was 2nd. 3rd went to Oh My Warrior. And 4th, the Wayne Factor.
Number 5, discreetly placed, scores and gives trainer Jorge Navarro his 2nd win, and jockey MCL Jaramillo gets his 2nd win on the afternoon, the horse owned by Nicholas Surik. We're taking a short break. When we come back, we'll have race number 7 and the first half of the Thanksgiving Day Late Daily Double. Welcome back. 7th race of the afternoon, a 6-furlong sprint. These are claimers, fillies, and mares, 3-year-olds and upward. 8 will go to the post.
And the race is on. She nailed it. Broke very good and goes right out to the early lead. Music Makes Sense showing good speed. Here's Give Me Some Candy now up to that 3rd spot. Our Lucky Dice was out in the 4th position, only about 2 lengths behind. Then comes Gucci Girl. It's a length and a half more back to Miss Stalwart. Then comes Peaky Girl and High End Lady. Those two are at the back. But up front, it's She Nailed It. Who leads them? She Nailed It. Takes them toward the half-mile pole in front by a length. Music Makes Sense down toward the inside. Our Lucky Dice on the outside. And those 3 are 2.5 lengths ahead of Gucci Girl, who's now 4th. 2.5 more back to Give Me Some Candy, who's in the 5th spot. Then comes High End Lady. Still some work left for, at the back of affairs, Peaky Girl and Miss Stalwart. But winding around the turn, it's She Nailed It in command. She Nailed It, approaching the quarter pole, better than 2.5 ahead. Our Lucky Dice, so the favorites are now 1-2 as they come to the quarter pole. 2 more back to Music Makes Sense. Gucci Girl tries to get going from 4th. The others with some serious work to do. They've all got work to do to get to She Nailed It. She Nailed It off the turn, better than 3 lengths ahead of Our Lucky Dice, who's into 2nd. Down toward the inside, Music Makes Sense. Gucci Girl still in 4th, trying to run on is High End Lady, but coming to the 16th pole, She Nailed It still well clear. It's She Nailed It past the 16th pole, 5 lengths in front of Our Lucky Dice, but it's going to be She Nailed It to win it. She Nailed It won it by 5. Our Lucky Dice was 2nd. Gucci Girl 3rd, and 4th went to High End Lady.
Number 7, She Nailed It. Lives up to her name and scores and gives jockey MCL Jaramillo his 3rd victory on the card, trained by Gilberto Zerpa and owned by Moshe Mark.